Hey, from the Chairlift and Whistler again. So I just spent 2 days in Vancouver with my big brother Joe Polish and his team at a conference, a 2-day conference on compassionate inquiry with Dr. Gabor Mate. If you haven't read his books, In the Realm of Hungry Ghosts and Scattered, they're amazing. So look him up, Dr. Gabor, Gabor Mate, Mate, and pick those up. One thing that we talked about during the seminar that he spoke of was two of the deepest human needs from birth and throughout adulthood, which are, one is attachment and one is authenticity. So one is the need for relationships and connection and love, and one is authenticity and the need to be true to who we are, and the need to be connected to our essence and to our intuition and to our feelings and to our guts. And about how sometimes, many times in life, we sacrifice our authenticity for connection. You know, we really want people to love us, accept us, so maybe we are not totally honest with them, totally honest with ourselves. You don't want to do this, but you're going to do it anyways because you want to please that person or make that person happy. You sacrifice or compromise part of who you are for that connection. So if you're in a marriage, you want to stay in that marriage, maybe you shut down parts of yourself that are whispering to you and speaking to you and being like, hey, something's not okay here, but you're like, I really want this relationship more than anything else, so be quiet, self. But then there's this sense of unease and like something's wrong, and sometimes we're not comfortable with that feeling, so we do things like drink or distract ourselves or obsess about social media or whatever it happens to be because it's not comfortable. And then there's the authenticity where we are honest with ourselves and we are honest with others, and we are living in our integrity. We're congruent when we're thinking and feeling and saying and doing. And sometimes we sacrifice connection for this. And so what Dr. Gabor Mate spoke about in the conference was the importance and the most important work of our lifetime to be able to embrace our authenticity while also having genuine, real connections and relationships and love with others, and most importantly with ourselves. Because at the end of the day, no matter how many people are around us or how much, like love we feel we have from others, if we're not being honest about it, then there's always this fear and this worry, like, wait, hold on a second, something's off. Do they really love me because of me, or do they love me because of this, what I do for them, or what they have access to through me, or what I've accomplished in my life? Like, I remember living in LA, I talked to a lot of people who were actors and musicians, and a lot of them were like, I'm super insecure because I don't know if people want to be with me because of who I am, what they see on the screen, or what they hear, on the radio, or if it's because they really know and like and love and care about me, like me. And so that can be really painful. And so I know that for me on my journey, it's been coming home to myself and coming back to my authenticity first, and trusting that if there are relationships that fall away as a result, great. They weren't people who loved me or cared about me or wanted to be in my life for the right reasons. And I think for a long time, I wasn't even sure who I was. I was just whatever everyone else wanted me to be. My desire for connection and belonging was so strong that I chameleoned, and I became whoever the other person wanted me to be, so that they would be my friend, so that we would have a lot in common, so that we would be able to relate, and so I would have connection. But as a result, I wasn't myself, my true self, because I was afraid that if I was really like who I really was, maybe they wouldn't like that. So it's taken me a long time to get to this point where I'm more and more being honest about who I am, good, the bad, and the ugly, just being really clear and direct about where I stand on things, how I feel about things, what I know I need to do for myself. And if that works for others, great, we can totally connect. And if that doesn't, that's okay too. So I have lost friends who have become uncomfortable with who my real self is, and that's okay. And at the time I was connecting with them the best way I could, and now I'm connecting with myself first before I connect with others, because that's the only place I connect with others, when I am myself. So yeah, how authentic are you being with yourself in your relationships in this lifetime, in this world? And you sacrificing that at all for connection? And if so, are these the types of relationships that you want? Is this the type of relationship you want with yourself and with others? Or is there more? Just some food for thought on the morning gondola. It's raining right now, which is not good because that means the snow's going to be really wet and heavy, but I'm going to go out and play in the park for a little bit and before heading back to Seattle. So I hope you have a great day today, and signing off from Whistler. See ya. Bye.